Hey everyone, welcome to the short video about classroom settings. We're going to really quickly look through these three tabs here when you click on a classroom and tell you a little bit more about each one. The one you're going to spend probably your most time with is the sessions one. Sessions are essentially the time that you are actively tracking student activity on your Chromebooks or on your device. So what this does right here is every time you have a session, which is when you are tracking what kids are doing, it's going to log here. What's nice about that is that you actually do not have to actively watch or monitor students, which we're going to show you how to do later, because all of the activity for the session is going to be logged and kept here. So for example, Monday the 20th, because I think I clicked it once just to play around with it, I had a session right here that I was running that lasted for a minute. Generally it'll be like as long as your period, but it tells you when you were actively monitoring, the time, the number of minutes, and then when you click on it, it will actually take you to the session, the recording of all of the data. So you can go back in and you can, at your leisure, like review student activity to see what they were doing and how on task they were. So you do not actually have to watch your students to make sure that they're being monitored if you don't want to. So that's what you would do with the Sessions tab. Students tab is where you actually are going to add or remove students. So if you get a new student, you would click the Add button and enroll them just like you did previously. And if a student leaves your class, you would go ahead and you would hit the Remove button. That's essentially what happens here. If you have students that have not yet accepted your invite, because you've added them via email, they're going to be over here, meaning they're pending and have not enrolled yet. So that's the Students tab. And then finally, you can go to the Settings tab. And in Settings, you can do things such as change the name of the class, you can change the color. You can also do a couple other things which is helpful. You can add other teachers to the classroom. So if you have in-class aides or other teachers that you collaborate with that you want to have access to this group of students as well, you can add them here with the Add Teacher button. You can also go to scheduling, and if you want to adjust the schedule, like if you decide scheduling is a good tool for you, you can adjust that here by clicking the Add Schedule button, and it will bring up the schedule window once again. And then finally, you can go to reporting. This is kind of helpful because what you can do is if you enable this, and this is also good to know in case you want to shut it off, in case you don't want to get so many emails, but by clicking the Enable button, what that means is at the end of every session, so every time you track students, it'll email you a report that you can then review. And that can be helpful if you don't want to have to keep logging into this because it'll automate that process for you. I would suggest, however, that you shut that off in case you don't want to get flooded by emails, but it is really up to you. So those are the three tabs in the management section. There are three tabs in the classroom management section to help you adjust and modify your class.